You already know what I'm about to say. You just haven't said it out loud yet. And the reason that you're still not able to run the business without you, it isn't your team. It's not the economy. It isn't even your software or the labor market. It's you. Yeah, it's you. You're the bottleneck. Every decision goes through you. Every quote gets your eyes on it. Every dispatch, every question, every ping that your phone does, it's either a problem and it needs your decision. It rolls uphill until it lands on your desk. There's no desk above yours. So the reality is it's always going to be you. So the question is how long is it going to take before that overwhelms you to the point where you cannot keep up? You can't keep doing it at this pace, and you know you can't scale. You know you can't scale. You want to grow bigger. You want to do more. You know you got to compete against everybody in the market that's now selling out to the PE shops and things like that. They're coming after the market area that you serve right now. And I don't mean that as fear. The reality is that it's happening. You're either going to be growing or you're going to be declining. There is no steady eddy. I know of a guy that we were helping last year this time, and I finally told him, here's your money back. I can't help you because you won't get out of the driver's seat on it. He would not try and delegate off the sales. He would not try and raise his prices. He would not try and do anything to escalate his system. He's like, this is just the way we've always done it, and this way we're always going to do it, and it's just going to be fine. And it was anything but fine. So you know this. Your spouse knows this. Your team knows it. I mean, your customers even know this. You're the only one in the room who still won't admit it, because admitting it feels like you failed. And in the reality is you haven't failed. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to go through and tell you exactly why you got stuck in this seat, what it's costing you every day to stay there, and what door out really would look like for you, and when it's ready for you to actually walk through it. So if you're actually honest about the situation and you want to grow and scale your business without growing and scaling your time, then this just might be for you. John might have an answer here for you that might be at least worth hearing me out. So I'm going to go through section by section and show you exactly what you can do. And some of it you can do on your own, and some of it maybe it's time to get some help, and that's not a bad thing. But if you're a home services contractor who's tried and tried and tried to scale, and you're tired of pretending that it's fine when it's not, this one's for you. So there's 4 reasons that this is bleeding you, and you need to understand all 4 before any of the fixes will ever make sense. Reason number 1 is that you started this business just to escape actually having a boss. So now you're the boss, and you accidentally became a worse boss to yourself than your employer ever had. Your old boss, he gave you weekends off. Your old boss gave you sick days, comp time. Your old boss didn't text you at 9 p.m. about a leaking pipe. You did this to yourself. And the irony of that cuts into you every day as you live it. Reason number 2, you're the problem. Everybody around you knows that's the problem. Your spouse, they stopped asking when you'd be home for dinner, if you'd be home for dinner, when you're going to be able to go to the game. They all got tired of being disappointed. Your kids, they stopped inviting you, and they got tired of getting the excuses of why you didn't show up to their games because you said yes, and then you called in from a job site. Your team knows that you're the bottleneck because they've watched every decision sit on your desk for 2 weeks while they wait to do their jobs. The only person in your whole world who hasn't said it out loud, it's you. Because you're saying it feels like you're admitting that you failed. And that one thing that you set out to build, it's the reason you're here right now. It's the reason you're watching this. The way out feels scarier than just staying in. Stepping out of decisions, meaning trusting others, trusting your team to be able to do the things for you. It means giving up control. And giving up control means the thing that you built might actually break. So you stay involved, you stay in the seat, and the seat slowly eats you alive. Sound familiar? Reason 4, the longer you wait, the higher the cost. Your health is not getting any better. It's usually the first thing to go. You haven't seen a doctor usually in 3 years. Your back hurts every morning. You drink way too much coffee and you're not getting enough water. And then your marriage. And then your relationships with your kids. And then it's the business itself, which gets worse all the time because you're not paying attention to it, because you're the one in the driver's seat doing every bit of the daily work, which gets worth less every year. And it can't run without you because nobody buys a job. They just buy a business. So now you're stuck with your back to the wall. You're getting older. You can't retire because it's just you. So let me put some real numbers on this. If you work 70-hour weeks and you should be working 40, and you're spending 30 extra hours a week in the business, that's 1,500 hours a year. That's the equivalent of 9 extra months of 40-hour weeks every single year. Oh, what could you do with 30 more hours in a week? You can show up to dinner without having the phone in your face. You can take a Saturday off without your stomach being tied up in knots. You can go to your kids' baseball games or soccer games without checking in the GPS on the service trucks. I've been there. I've done it. I managed and dealt with fire and life safety trucks and managing the fleets of installs and service people that were going and doing exactly what they needed to do. And I know that. That's the personal cost of it. And now the business side of it, the business cost of it, most of the home services businesses I look at have 5 to 15% of their revenue that's just bleeding out in unbilled work, missed upsells, and pricing issues that haven't been updated in 2 years or more. And for a business that does $2 million top line a year or more, that's $100,000 to $300,000 in profit that is sitting on the table. It's not gone. It's just sitting there. It's waiting for someone to pick it up, and you can't pick it up because you're too busy running the trucks. And then the biggest cost, the exit cost. So if you ever wanted to sell this business, buyers look at one thing first. Can it run without you? Now, if the answer is no, then the business is worth a fraction of really what you think it's worth, if that, because nobody will buy a job. They buy a business. And every year that you stay in the driver's seat of it, the business is going to be worse and it's going to be less. And at the end of the day, your market share of it is not going to be worth a whole lot. In fact, every year goes by, it's actually worth less, not more. So here's the trap, and you can't fix this yourself. The hand that's holding the problem can't be the same hand that solves it. You're inside the bottle. You can't read the label. You've tried. I know you have because I did it too. You've read the books. You've hired the people. You've bought the software. You've made the spreadsheets, and none of it stuck because this thing is really missing. Isn't another tool. It's not another book. It's not another hire. The thing that it's missing is the system that connects all of it together. And right now, your business, it runs on you. You're the brain, you're the judgment, you're the gut, you're the phone, you're the operating system of the entire business. And the way out is to replace you in those roles, not with a person, but with a system. Now, let me show you what that really looks like. So here's you right now. Okay, stick figure, but I mean, it is what it is. Every decision, every quote, every dispatch, every fire, everything that you have to do, decisions all throughout the day, the hey, got a minutes, this will only take 5 minutes type of conversation that lasts 30, everything, all the decisions, everything all go through you. You are the operating system. The business runs on your brain. Okay? This is the seat you're stuck in right now. This is you. Every owner builds this seat in year one because they have to. You can't hire out any help. You can't afford to do anything but do everything yourself. You couldn't trust anyone else yet. So you couldn't afford to make a mistake, so you became that system. This is where we get you out of the seat, still the owner, still in charge, and just no longer the operating system. Okay? So we're going to build the system here. The thing is this. The thing in the middle is what we built. The owner operating system, the owner OS. It's a set of systems that does the job that your brain has been doing all these years. The decisions get made without you. The quotes get sent without you. The dispatch runs without you. Fires get put out before they ever reach your phone. When they start smoldering, they already are getting taken care of. The owner OS connects your team, your tools, your standards, and your rhythm. So it's your team, your tools, your standards, and your rhythm. Writing's a little terrible, but whatever. The way they work together is what runs the business, not you. The OS connects it all. The team does. You own it. This is the picture. This is what we build, not in 5 years, not when you find the right hire. In 30 days' time, we install that. We're starting with the first piece of the system that gets you 10 hours of your week back or more. Depending on how much time you're putting in each week, it could be actually a lot more than 10 hours, but that is the minimum that we find for owners. Let me give you one example. A client of mine, he's an HVAC owner here in Florida, called me because he was working 75 hours a week and his business was growing, but he was getting poorer. The math just wasn't working for him. So we installed the first part of the owner OS, the leak map. The system that finds where your week and your money are all going, where you're bleeding out at. And what we found was that his crew was doing $284 per call work that went unbilled. It was kind of a standard that the customers had all just kind of expected, and it happened every single day. About $11,000 a week. It wasn't gone. It was never billed. It was never captured. And the system was never there to catch it. Inside 30 days, he was capturing that money back, and the numbers were already there. He just couldn't see it because he was too busy being the operating system. So that's one client, one module, the first one. And there are 8 more after it that are all going to help sew everything together so that it starts operating as a machine for you and not just because of you. If you watch this far, you already know the truth. You're the operating system. And as long as you stay in that seat, the business, it's going to stay where it is. Your week stays exactly where it is because that's all you can do. You can only do so much. We only get 24 hours a day every day. We have to sleep. There's some things we have to do. So if you're going to scale, at some point your business is going to either collapse, hit a cap, or it's going to continue to scale because you add people and systems onto it. And at a certain point, there's only so much more that you can scale without having systems in place to operate on. Your family waits, your body wears out, the business stops being something that you own, and it becomes something that owns you. And that stops the day you decide to get off the tools. So I put together a free guide. It's called Off the Tools in 30 Days. It walks you through the exact first step every home services contractor has to take to stop being the operating system and start running the business. you can grab it, and it's right there in the link in the description below. It takes you a few minutes to download, but it takes you 30 days to get the work done. And if you put in the work yourself, you will see that you're going to start getting time in your week back. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, I drop more free training just like this on this channel. Each one goes deep on one piece of the owner OS, so that way you can start getting your life back and start getting your time back. I'm John Reay. I build business systems for home services contractors just like you. Get off the tools. I'll see you next Wednesday.